Which qualities do you think make a great musician?
Passion, creativity, determination, commitment, the love for doing what you're doing, and just that's it. That's the first ones that come to my head, and I think they're the most important qualities you need, because without them you might as well throw your hat at it.
Very good. Yeah. And who's your ideal musician to collaborate with, and why?
Yeah, he's called Philippe. He's based in Germany. He's actually, his artist name is Revels. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway. And we have a track coming out now on the 3rd of June called Running to You. Yeah. And he's just lovely to work with. He sends his ideas. He leaves me to do what I have to do on the top line, the melody, the lyric. And I send back and forth like the ideas to him, and he's always very complimentary, and I just find him lovely to work with. Yeah. And we've done about 3-4 tracks already. One of them now is with the publisher Nashville. Yeah. That's been pitched now to Sync Opportunities. So all going well. The track is going to do great. It's called Running to You. Out the 3rd of June. Yeah, so please go on though. That'll be a runner, as they say. It'll be a good one. But yeah, he's I'd say one of my favourites now to work with. Yeah, and good. Let more come in, hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And describe your creative process when you write new music.
It's very raw. I usually get the melodies first in my head, and then I'm thinking like, oh God, what words can I do? And I suppose it's to do with situations in my life, like when I'm feeling down maybe in a day, I might think, God, I could write a song about being free, or about just being determined about something, and being just to be happy, or whatever the situation, or if there's something happening in the world, like say the situation where Ukraine, that might spark off some ideas for me, and I might think, oh God, write a song that makes people happy, smile, and let them forget about the war, Yeah. So yeah, it's a very raw thing. The ideas come into my head, and I do maybe some work on the keyboard to get the melody across or down, Yeah. It's usually they come into my head, the melodies, and then the lyrics just flow.
Right.
After that.
Yeah, very good.
So yeah, it's a simpler process. It's kind of an old-fashioned process, really, of writing songs, because I got inspired by George Michael, who used to say he could be anywhere in the world and ideas would just come into his head. He could be sitting on a plane and he'd get an idea and a melody in his head, and he'd write down some lyrics just on a piece of paper or something, or the back of a cigarette box or something, Yeah. So that's where I got inspired to do that, just to keep it simple. Yeah. That's the best policy with music.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And describe your favourite and least favourite part of being a musician.
My favourite part is getting to work for yourself, getting the freedom of being your own boss. Yeah. You can't give out to anyone, and just loving to get your ideas across, just to get your lyrics out there, and ideas, and for people to say, oh God, that's the kind of person she is. She's happy, sad, or whatever. I suppose the least is the hard work, and the constant, the slog, promoting, trying to see what you're going to do next, how are you going to get your music out there, who you're going to talk to, the emails, the messaging. It is really, and then I do my own books, because I'm with the revenue, so I don't know if I should say that, but anyway, but I do my own bookkeeping, so I have to log on my bits and pieces. So I'm doing, I suppose I have my business hat on, and then I have my creative hat on, so I'm the songwriter and the business, and
you're all in.
I'm all in, exactly. Suzic the business, So yeah. So it's got good points as bad points, so.
And do you have any weaknesses that you're actively working to improve on?
Yeah, just getting sometimes focused. Sometimes I get a bit lazy myself, so getting focused, get a bit scatty. Yeah. I could be on one thing, maybe an email, and then I'll be thinking of, oh God, I have an idea. So getting more focused on what I'm doing. Right. And saying I'll focus on that today. Next day maybe focus on something else. So just getting more focused and not so lazy.
Okay.
So I think that's I don't mean not so lazy, but just sometimes I get a bit lazy,
Yeah.
Sure, look, we can't be perfect.
We all get a bit laid back now and
again.
We all
get a bit laid back, exactly. Yeah.
And what made you want to become a musician?
When I started writing songs about 17, 18, George Michael was my biggest influence. Yeah. And I suppose I loved the way he wrote songs, and just everything about, just his lyrics, music, everything. I said, I want to do that. I want to be a songwriter. So yeah, that inspired me. I think he was probably my biggest inspiration. And I just loved music. To me, it got me out of myself. It got me out of my unhappiness sometimes, the difficulties I had in my childhood. I was able to zoom in on and just focus on something positive.
Very good.
So that was my.
Have you ever taught anybody how to play an instrument?
No, I haven't. I did do many years ago. I was doing some singing lessons, trying to teach some singing, but this was a long time ago. I got a few students, and it lasted about maybe a year or two.
Okay.
And I tell you the truth, why I was doing it, I was just trying to raise some money so to travel a bit.
Okay.
So I managed to go to Florida after getting some money together and just to experience different things. You know, this was only for a week or so to Florida, but it was really just to gather some money together. But it was actually nice because it was actually a bit fun teaching what I kind of knew, this bit of singing that I would have known myself, and it was actually quite fun, but it wasn't really anything serious, like, you know, and it's many moons ago, so that was all I had. That's all I'd done.
Yeah.
So that was my experience.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
At least you had a go at it. Yeah.
At least I had a go at it, exactly. Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
The best piece of advice, I have to say, probably came from Enya's manager, funny enough. I can't think of his name now, but it was Enya's manager that I managed to speak to a long time ago. I managed to get through to his office, and he picked up, because we're talking about a fella now that's very busy and is the manager of one of the top artists from Ireland, like Enya. Yeah. And I suppose we got chatting for a bit anyway, but he was saying to me, because I was trying to send my music to him, and he says we don't take music from people we don't know, because he had a bad experience, or they had a bad experience with getting some music that they ended up in the High Court in London with. Right. These people, there was a bit of a copyright thing going on. He said, you're better off to go abroad with your music, he said, because in Ireland it's a closed shop. That's the way he put it. Right. It's a closed shop. You're better off to go abroad with it, try it internationally, and you'll have a better chance. And that was his few words of wisdom. And I took him on board, and that's exactly what I've done in the years after. Because my music now is reaching a lot of countries now around, and I'm working with companies abroad, and I'm artists abroad. So unfortunately, because it is, I have to say, it is a bit of a closed shop in Ireland. But it's saying that I get a lot of listeners from Ireland. But just for the business side of it, it's a bit of a closed shop. It's kind of, you have to kind of know people. And if you don't really know people in the business here, it's a bit tough. Yeah, that's hard. So that was good wisdom from him. That good. That was good.
Yeah,
so.
And it's working for you now. Like, you can see it all coming together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you ever participated in any music competitions?
Again, a long time ago, my brother actually was the one that went forward for the Properama Song Contest, and it was twice we actually entered 2 songs over a period of a couple of years, and he was the one that was actually in the competition, but we wrote the song together. Yeah. So I can't even think of the name of the songs, but it was the 2FM Properama Song Contest, and it was Ian Dempsey, I think, that was doing the hosting of it. And we got to meet, like afterwards we went into the RTE, had to set up in I think it might be in the canteen, but they had a whole buffet kind of thing set up. Yeah. And we got to meet myself and him, a load of real famous celebrities, or, RTE people, like Linda Martin was one of them, Ian Dempsey, and Twink, I think we got to meet too. So there was a whole load of them that we got to meet. So it was a great experience. But I think I was in my 20s, I think, when that happened. So, but it was great. Yeah. And I had big dreams after that, because I thought, okay, we qualify for the Properama Song Contest. Yeah. But I didn't realise it was going to be a lot of tough work after that. Yeah. It wasn't just instant, like things like coming into place for you. Yeah. But still, it was a nice experience to have. Good, yeah. So that was my competition experience, Yeah,
very good.
Which is great.
What is the name of Elvis's home?
Graceland.
Graceland. Well done. There's 1 point anyway.
There's 1 point.
Yeah. Where is Graceland?
Memphis.
Yes, well done. There's 2 points. What was Elvis's mother's name?
Oh God, I'd have to guess that one. Joan.
No, Gladys.
Oh.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right now. Glagyys, Gladys. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's probably.
It's an unusual name, isn't it?
I sure got 2 right so
far. You're doing good so far, yeah. Here's the next one, number 4. Did Elvis join the Navy?
Yes.
No.
Oh, the army.
It was the army,
Oh,
yeah. That's kind of like a trick one, isn't it? Yeah.
I didn't think
Can I go
about
again?
that. Can I go back?
Here's the next one. So we're going to do the best out of 10 and see how you get on. So we have 1, 2, 2 so far out of 4. So you're doing okay.
I'm doing okay.
50-50 so far. Number 5. What was Elvis's wife's name?
Oh, pass.
Pass.
Oh,
Go first.
no, I
you want to have a
remember
guess?
the Priscilla.
Priscilla, yes. Well done.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a pass.
I nearly got it.
I just enjoyed into me second after. Great.
So Priscilla, well done. So that's 3
Yeah.
out of 5.
Okay.
Where did Elvis and Priscilla meet?
Oh, California.
No. It was Germany when he was
Germany.
in the army.
That was a pure guess. California.
So what we have now, we have 1, 2, 3 out of 6. So that's 50-50 again, isn't it? Next one. What was Elvis's dad's name?
Pass.
Pass. That's Vernon Presley. Yeah.
Never heard.
Vernon Presley. Yeah. What was Elvis's daughter's name?
Oh God. It's on the tip of my tongue. What's her name? Oh, pass.
Pass. Are you sure?
Yeah, pass.
Alright.
It's
Well, I give you a clue. Her first name begins with an L.
pass.
Okay, Lisa Marie.
Ah, I won't curse. I better not curse on. I better not. Yeah, I would have known it.
Alright. Next one. What was the name of Elvis's manager?
Oh, pass. Oh God.
Right. Colonel Tom Parker.
No.
Right, last
No,
question.
not.
You did so alright.
I'm not too well up in Elvis Presley,
you'll
as you
be
can see.
doing your Elvis history now after this research. What colour was Elvis' iconic Cadillac in 1955?
Blue.
Pink. Okay, so let's add it up then. We got 1, 2, 3. That can't be right. 1, 2,
2, 3,
3.
Maybe
No,
4.
we only got 3 out of 10. Yeah, unlucky.
Ash, look.
Yeah, but sure, look.
I did well enough.
Yeah, you did alright, you know. Yeah,
I did well
it's
enough.
it's just a bit of fun,
Yeah.
and sure, look, thanks for coming in and doing the interview today, and
Thank you.
and
Thanks so much.
it was really
Yeah.
really good to do with you. Yeah.
Yeah.